8 o'clock today just because I had a lot of things to get done, but I'm here. Cleanse the face. Just going to do my skincare with you as normal. This is the eyeshadow palette we're going in with today. This is the Sheglam Caring Cancer palette. So if you're just watching, my name is Kira. I do lives Monday, Tuesday and Sundays. Sorry, Monday, Wednesday and Sundays. 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Today it's 8 p.m. UK time. And I do makeup, so do take a look at the channel if you want to have a look. This is the Sheglam Caring Cancer palette, so we're going to have a quick look. We're looking at the reds really, aren't we, here, and the oranges. So I have cleansed my face. I do have to put my cream on, so I'll do that with you while I'm waiting for you guys to come on. This is, if I just show you, the it's a detox vitamin C nourishing gel, so it's really good. It's from Superdrug. It's their own. But I hope everyone's well. It's Wednesday already, which is crazy. Okay. It's been pretty quiet this week. So this is what it looks like, if you're wondering. It's Superdrug's own. I'll pop the lid on and show you. This is what it looks like. So it's goji berry extract. And then it is their, there we go, detox skincare. So there's a really like vitamin C scent from it, but it's kind of orange scent from it. But it's really, really good for the skin. Okay. I'm then going to go in with another serum, and again it's Superdrug. It's their vitamin E range, and it is the Moisture Boost Facial serum again. So you're getting your vitamin E and this one too, and it's another serum. Really making sure that the skin is hydrated now that we're coming into kind of autumn or fall, as some people say. I'm going to check the settings in a minute. Let me just check. So yeah, so that's the vitamin E serum, and this is the detox clarifying gel. So once you have these two on, they're like serums. Then I'm going to pop on my eye cream, which is the matching vitamin E eye cream, and then we're going to go with our moisturizer and go ahead. But this is really easy to get. It's on Shein, and it's their Caring Cancer. So they do all the different kind of star signs. They do Aries, Libra, everything. The Cancer palette, even though it's not mine is Aries, but these colors are just gorgeous. So that's what it says. And you get a little bit of like writing and description. So it says, for caring cancer, so anyone who's a cancer out there, it says, you're a softie, you're caring cancer, you wear your heart on your sleeve, but sometimes this can expose you to getting hurt. But the key to keeping balanced is facing the world and expressing your emotions. So yes, that's it. They all have little sayings if you get them. And so you have your little kind of pocketbook, it looks like. So that's the eyeshadows, and here's the little what I just read out to you. And then it has more on the back. So you can get your own version. It says, Caring Cancer, underneath your hard shell is a soft, tender heart. You are full of love, compassion, and undeniable charm. A palette of petal pinks is just what you need to embrace your softer side. And of course, we included a dark purple just in case you're in a mood. Okay, that actually says that. So this is what it is here, guys. So they do have little kind of descriptions. Okay, I'll just catch up, guys. Bluebird, what's your favorite bird? Robin. Mine's a robin. Can I get your number? Okay, so now what we're going to do, guys, so this is a makeup channel, guys, if you're wondering. My name is Kira. I'm from Ireland, but I'm living in the UK. Outside of here, I work with children, young adults with Down syndrome and autism. And then here on the channel, if you take a look, I do makeup and tutorials, reviews, things that I'm sent. So yeah, so that's what we're doing today. So I've been requested by subscribers to go live. So I go live Sundays, Mondays, and Wednesdays. So yeah, 8 p.m. UK time, sometimes 7. But I always let you guys know in the post section. So yeah, so that's what we're doing today. We're just going to use this palette. It's called Caring Cancer. So I'm actually Aries, but all the Aries were like yellow and greens, and that's not kind of what I'm looking. You can get the whole set if you want to. This is what it looks like here. So you got like, this one is really dark, these two. But I like the fact that they kind of write here. It's quite sweet what they write. So Sunil, hello, how are you? Bluebird, you love robins too. Yeah, I like robins. So I'm just gonna pop the thank you, Bluebird. This is Vitamin E's Nourishing Eye Cream. So I'm just gonna pop that underneath. So let me know, guys, if you're subscribed to the channel. If not, you're very welcome here. My name is Kira. I do makeup tutorials, and I do, as in, a how-to sort of thing on my videos. Do take a look at the videos and subscribe to the channel if you're interested. Have a blessed day. Thank you. I hope you do too. How have you been, Sunil? So this is just going under my eye. It's like a vitamin E nourishing gel, basically, that goes under the eye. Okay, so if I was going out, guys, I would use like an SPF, but I'm actually just going to use my normal moisturizer. This is the Garnier Triple Active Normal to Combination Multi Protection Moisturizer. I don't have anywhere. It's kind of like it's 8 p.m. at night here in the UK, so I'm not going out. But if I was going out, I'd use SPF, some protection factor, basically. So I'm just going to pop this around, and then we can go in with a primer. But let me know, guys, what you do. If you want to leave your channel description down below, so if anybody else wants to see it, you can feel free to do that. And then other people might see it and subscribe to your channel. I'm very much into supporting other people's channels too, so if you want to do that, you can. So I've just popped that all around the face, guys, just to make sure it's gotten everywhere. But again, I would put on a sun protection factor SPF if I was going out, but I'm not. Okay, so that's all the creams. There was a lot of creams. So that's what it is, L'Oreal Triple Active. There's no SPF, I don't think, in it. It just says multi-protection. Yeah, so do use your SPF with that. Okay. Another thing you can get, guys, if you're really dehydrated, is the Hyaluronic Replumping Water from L'Oreal. Okay. So let's go in with a primer, guys. So if you would have seen my rotation, I did a makeup rotation basically where I kind of each week try to change what I'm using basically. So what we're going to do is go for a primer. So the primer basically just keeps the foundation on for you. And this is W7 Prime Magic. And it is green. So it's kind of any green or purple is color correction basically. So, hey, please play games. I don't play games, unfortunately. Okay, so it looks green, but it'll actually go on clear. So if I just show you, but guys, if you do like the channel, take a look. I do mental health videos too when they're requested to. So as you can see, guys, I showed you in the tube, it was green, and then as it came out green, it goes on clear, so you don't have to worry. But any green or purple primer is going to color correct your skin when the foundation goes on. So for me, I have a lot of redness in the T-zone, so something like this is great because when the foundation does go on, it kind of calms down any redness. So that's, and the primer is going to keep your foundation on. So okay. Okay. All right, so that's kind of the primer. I'm going to let that kind of set for 30 seconds. I'll show you the foundation that's I'm in my rotation this week is the Fenty Beauty. It's from Rihanna, and it's the Soft Lit Foundation. I did a color test a couple of weeks ago because my friend got it for me a couple of months ago. Forgot it was even in my makeup collection. And so as it is a gift, I want to try and keep using it because, you know, Fenty Beauty is quite expensive. It's Rihanna's makeup line, basically. So what we're going to do is, it has a pump as well, so mine is in 175, so they don't have names, they don't have porcelain, medium, they're all numbered, so this is 175. So we're just gonna, that's what it looks like. Yeah, so warm it up to the skin and be careful because it is a glass bottle as well, so just be careful about that. Okay, so this is what it looks like on the skin, and we're just going to dot it around. I know it looks a lot lighter, but you'll see once it's blended in, guys, it actually is my skin tone. I know it looks a lot lighter. That's what it looks like on the skin. You can see even on the skin, it looks a lot more kind of my color tone, but then when I apply it at first, it looks brighter. But you'll see in a moment when I'm just going to get my Real Techniques foundation brush. And if you keep these really well, Real Techniques, I think, are in between high end and low end. So this is just going to go, you'll see how it blends into the skin, and it does become my skin tone. I was worried about that over the summer because it was a gift. I obviously didn't choose this color, and my friend got it for me. So I was worried it wouldn't match, but no, it's absolutely fine. Yeah. So you can see, guys, the only difference it's done is that it's taken away all that redness as well. So that's what the primer does as well. So we're just going to go to the other side. My hair is not doing what I wanted it to do, guys. So it's up. I never have it up like this, but it just wasn't doing. And I got home from work a little bit later. I was working today and I wasn't supposed to be. I was filling in for somebody. So I didn't really have a day to myself, really. So you can see, guys, it is like it's definitely like a match to the skin. You can still see the redness is coming through slightly, but it is worth it, guys, because in the autumn time, this is, if you're just joining, this is the Fenty Beauty Soft Lit Foundation in 175. The thing is with this is that it's medium to kind of high coverage. So in the autumn, all the different kind of weathers, things like that, medium to high coverage can be better sometimes, you know, especially if you're outdoors or things like that, and, you know, seasons change. So something like that, and you've got skin maybe that's kind of combination, it's good to have something like that. So just gonna set the rest of that into the face. Do take a look at my channel if you like it, guys. I do makeup tutorials. I do some mental health, all about me, as well. Hi Emma, how are you? Thank you for joining. So we're going to be using the Sheglam eyeshadow palette tonight, guys. This is Caring Cancer, so they do every single star sign. And this isn't my star sign, but I just liked the colors in this one. This is from Shein, and I like the kind of I like the kind of, it's just really nice kind of packaging and stuff as well. So we've just used the Fenty Beauty Lit Foundation in 175, and that was like a medium coverage, medium to high coverage. And as I said before, yeah, that's good. I'm glad you're good. It just will, in the autumn, I think it does kind of, and I'll just show you what it looks like again. I would just say, guys, it is a glass bottle, so just be careful. My friend got it for me, so I must look it up, and I'll pop it in the comments if you're interested. These don't have any numbers because I used it on my other live the other day, and somebody commented afterwards and said, what color is it? And when I looked down, it just says 175. So soft lit 175 foundation, but it's medium to high coverage. So we're just going to go in with our concealer, and this is the Rimmel, and I think it is just a dupe for the sharp Tarte Shape Tape. Even look at the packaging, guys, it's even the exact same. So this is the Rimmel the Multitasker Concealer, so we're going to use that. But even the packaging, if you take a look at Tarte's packaging, it's the same. So yeah, guys, it's just been a hectic day today because I'm not usually in work and I was covering for somebody. So usually I have Wednesdays off a little bit more. As you know, I'm usually on at 7. So I'm on at 8 today just because it's a little... And if you're wondering, I'm just putting it in the T-zone for me. So anywhere that I feel I get redness or I need a little bit more concealer. And then I'll use my fingers just underneath just to blend it out. And then we'll go back in with our brush, but just especially under the eyes. You can see a little goes a long way, guys. So bring that right back to the edge as well. But let me know how you guys are doing as well. If you're new here or if you haven't watched before. Or even if you have, how your day has been, how your week's going. I've just booked tickets to see Roses. Apparently it's a comedy that's come out. It's a comedy that's come out apparently in the cinema. Roses, it's called. So I've booked this, but because I've got a Sky package, I got two tickets for free. So that was pretty cool. So I'm going to see that. Apparently it's from the writers of Meet Your Parents, or you know, with Ben Stiller. So it's meant to be like a comedy basically. So I thought I'd go and see that on Sunday. Okay, I'm going to go back in with my foundation brush, then take some water. Oh, hi Rumpelstiltskin. I am a bit late today because I was working today. I wasn't planning to, and I had to fill in for somebody. So yeah. Yeah, so I'm all over the place a little bit today, a little bit later hopping on. So, but yes, Rumpelstiltskin, usually, as you know, Wednesdays are my days off, but I did have to just go into work today. So a little bit later, kind of setting everything up tonight. So I've probably missed a lot of people, but I didn't want to not come on. Sky, yeah, basically I've been with Sky for like Sky TV for maybe 6 years now. And what they've done is now for kind of it's like gold member customers, like gold level, I don't know. They now do from Sunday to Thursday free cinema tickets to anything that comes out in the cinema basically. So there's a new film that Meet the Parents with Ben Stiller. The writers of that they wrote it, and apparently it's really really funny. So I've gotten tickets for that. So I'm going to see that on the weekend. So, but yeah, I've been with Sky TV, not broadband, for at least 6 years. So yeah, but you always get little perks like that. I mean, sometimes they'll do like you get a voucher like for a restaurant or something like that, and they'll give you like 20% off. Like it's quite good, really. But did you used to work for them? That's amazing. Where did you used to live in the UK? Okay, so that's just the concealer we've used, Rimmel the Multitasker. And I think it is a dupe for the Shape Tape from Tarte. Even the packaging, guys, I think is a dupe. Okay, so now what we're going to do is go in with Makeup by Mario, and this is like a soft sculpt transforming skin enhancer. Makeup by Mario. Broadband and TV tech support. Oh, of course, yeah. Wow, was it good? Was it long hours? It must have been very long hours. Wow. Yeah, so I wouldn't have my internet with them, but I do have the Sky package basically. I think once you just find something you're comfortable with, you just stick with it, and it's been like 6 years, and I'm still with them. So, was it that must have been an interesting job though? Did you enjoy it, or maybe not because you're not there anymore? So this is just gonna give my skin a little bit of a glow, as you can see, guys. Doesn't do much else, but I wasn't looking for it to make. Now what you can do, some people will get 3 or 4 shades deeper and use it as like a contour. You can do that. What I'm going to do now, just for the last little thing, is use the Multitasker from Rimmel, and this is the Better Than Filters. So we're going to pop that around just for a little bit more of a kind of highlight. It must be late for you there, Rumpelstiltskin. I know, I appreciate you coming on, even if it's just for a few minutes, because I know, you're probably a lot more far ahead than we are. 8 hours, pay was okay for that job. Night shift, it was okay as compared to similar. Or was it kind of comparing to other ones, similar pay? Yeah. Yeah, they've got a good kind of rating over here on Indeed. Indeed is like a website people go to for looking for jobs and things like that. And they seem to have like an okay rating for people to work for. Okay, so all I'm going to do, guys, is buff that into the skin using the same foundation brush that we did before. It just gives a little bit of a highlight, but it's not too much. At least it was only 8 hours, like, but night shift must have been, I suppose you get used to night shifts, don't you, after a while? You do get used to working night shifts, but I appreciate you coming on, Rumpelstiltskin. I know it's probably late. Oh, you're with Apple. Wow. That would have been interesting. What did you do there? Was it tech support? Okay. So that's kind of the skin done side of things. What we're going to do is just set all that now. Use 2 things. I'm going to use an under eye concealer powder, and then I'm going to use an all over face powder, and then we're going to go from there. So I'm just going to pop these things back, guys. Apple must have been really interesting to work for. Okay. And there's that. When you have small spaces, you learn how to maneuver things. Okay, so this is the Revolution Rose baking powder. Basically, I use it just for under the eyes because I've got a little where is it? I have a little kind of triangle puff that I hope I haven't put away. We'll have to use a brush if I do, but basically I do have a triangle puff. Then we're going to go in with the vitamin E, and this is the Collections SPF 20 setting powder, and then we're going to kind of move on from there. Okay, yes, I've got the triangle puff. Yeah, no, the funny inside thing, these people never provide new replacements. Everything is refurbished. Wow. Yeah, I can imagine. So I did find the triangle puff, guys. So we're just going to pop. It's a perfect size for just shape just under the eye there. So that's what we're going to do. Wow. They will tell you it's brand new, but it ain't. Only in special cases they get new equipment. Wow. So did you enjoy working at Apple? Did you enjoy it? So this is what it looks like. And all you do is under the skin. Now I've seen people, I think I've said before, I've seen people on YouTube use it all over the face. I just think it's perfect for under the eye. And then I go in with a separate powder for the rest of it. It just mattifies things down a bit. And that's what I like. And this is the perfect kind of shape as well. And if there's anything left over, I just use it the rest of it on the T-zone. So you can see it's just made it a little bit more mattified, less shiny, but it'll also set and keep all the kind of concealer and foundation that we've done as well. And then I'm going to just use whatever's remaining in the T-zone. I'm feeling a little tired today, so I'm going to just put this on. This will be the last one, I promise, but I definitely feel tired. My routine is completely out of whack this week. I've switched for just reasons, I think, for staffing reasons this week. All of our days were just completely different days, and so I'm just feeling like it's already Friday. Okay, so we're just going to use the rest of that just on the chin area. And that's what it looks like. It's just like a pink powder, basically. And then we're going to go in with our normal Collections mattifying powder, and then we can move on from that. But you can see, guys, how quick does it set in to the skin, and it will keep your makeup on. And if you noticed, I kind of stuck around the T-zone area. I didn't go anywhere else with the T-zone. Okay, so that's that. We can pop that away now. I was in escalations because I speak 5 languages and was good at tech issues. It was okay. Too hectic. So many complaints. I can imagine. What languages do you speak? Wow, that must be amazing. That really does kind of give you, probably when it comes to jobs and things like that, so many opportunities as well. Okay, so what we're going to do now is go in with the Collections Mattifying SPF 20, and this is just their enriched with vitamin E setting powder. Now I know it looks white, but it actually goes on transparent and clear. But that sounds amazing, Rumpelstiltskin. All those languages must definitely get you very far. You know, that will get you very far in life with your career. So all I'm going to do is, I know it looks white, but if I put it on, you'll see, guys, it doesn't take any color away, but it just sets everything. And it's got an SPF 20, which is great. But if you're just new, guys, look at the channel. If you like it, I do makeup tutorials. I do mental health when I'm requested. I was requested a while back to do some mental health videos too. And I do tutorials as well. So definitely take a look if you're interested. Okay, so now all we're doing, I'm just setting the red areas for me, so which is usually the kind of T-zone. But that's about it, guys. And you can see it really hasn't done anything other than kind of color correct and just make everything look a bit calmer on the skin. And that's what that is. That's it there. Okay, so what we're going to do is go in with a bronzer now. This is Kiko Milano, and I love the packaging. It's really shiny. I'm doing really well with this, actually. I'll just show it to you and then take a drink of water, because even though I'm just overheating today, I'm doing really well with this, guys. This is Flawless Fusion from Kiko Milano. It's just a gentle bronzer. It's not too deep. And we're going to do that in a moment. I'm just going to take a drink. But yeah, I know I'm on a bit later today, so I apologize. Okay. Is that going to be an issue? Okay, sorry, guys. Dealing with small spaces here. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Very shiny. Kiko Milano, basically. And we're going to go in with a contour brush from Real Techniques. Let me just grab that. So this is what it looks like. We're just going to take a little bit there. We're going to go from the forehead upwards, making sure that stays in the hairline so it looks natural. And we're going to go all around the forehead and then down the cheekbones. And all you get is that natural look, guys. A natural kind of bronzed look, basically. We're not going for a contour in any way. Okay. And then under, just feeling for the cheekbones underneath. It just brings it looks a little bit healthier. Doesn't make me look so pale. I've also got a interesting blush to show you as well. English, Hindi, Kannada, Telugu, and manageable Marathi. Okay, Tassos and Kay didn't show up yet. No, I know Kaya has projects. I think she was saying the other day. Tassos, I don't know. He was on Sunday and he said that the guys in work keep changing his hours basically, and that he wanted to come on, but that he was really happy to hear that people. Because I said, oh, everyone was asking for you. Well, no, it was Monday. Sorry, I said everyone was asking for you, and he said, oh, that makes me feel kind of good because he said that his job, people in work are just changing his hours. He's having to kind of fill in for people. And then I think he was saying he's still trying to, because he works out of a hotel room as well, so he does, I think he's trying to find somewhere to live too. That's what he said anyway the last time, but he was very kind of happy to hear that we were all kind of wondering how he was doing. I think it made him feel kind of a little bit better. But I have a feeling he'll be on the Sunday one. Rumpelstiltskin, I do. The Sunday seems to be the one that he may not be working, and he seems to kind of have a bit more time. So yeah, but he definitely said, I agree. He sounds stressed. Absolutely. I had a friend who they worked, but their work put them up in a hotel, and they were there for months and months, and they couldn't really make their own food. There were so many things that they were very restricted in doing. Like, you do take for granted being able to just come home and cook. And sometimes you don't want to cook. Don't get me wrong. You're like, I just wish I could just be handed my food. But I'm sure over time, being in a hotel room for a long time, it must kind of just feel a bit like, not stress, but kind of you just don't have the freedom, I guess you would if you were at your own place. But yeah, I hope it does improve for him. So that was that, guys. I really do, because it's good just to feel grounded, I think, particularly if you have a very high impact, stressful job. It's nice to be able to come back to wherever you live and just feel a bit calm, if you know what I mean. Just have that time for yourself, or your own stress, or your own space. So yeah, I think he'll probably be on the Sunday one. But yeah, so this is the NYX Buttermilk Blush, guys. I've been kind of addicted to it for a while. This is in terracotta. But I feel quite lucky to have found where I live, because where I lived was just so far away from work. Like I live about 15 minutes away now from where I work. And before that I lived an hour and a half away, and I was getting a bus, and it was just, yeah, it was not fun. It was not fun. And then where I had to walk home was like through this kind of wooded area, and it just always made me feel nervous. Yeah. I didn't like it, and I felt very lucky to be able to come here. So I don't think I'm going to move until, I don't know, I win the lotto or something. Okay, we're just going to go in. So this is NYX Buttermilk Blush in Feeling Butter, and it is terracotta. That's what that looks like. I've got the berry one as well, but we're going to go with this. Smells like vanilla. But I do appreciate, Rumpelstiltskin, that it's quite late where you are now. So thank you for coming on. So as you can see, guys, it is kind of like a terracotta colour, and it does look bronzy, but it's definitely, you can see that there's a, and I will buff that out, that there's like a blush tone to it. If you can see, as you soften it up a bit, it definitely kind of shows as a blush, whereas you wouldn't think that from looking at it straight away. You would think bronzer or eyeshadow, but actually when you put it on, you can definitely see the difference in tone. So it's nice for autumn, I think. It's a nice kind of really nice colour. So I'm going to use what's left on the brush, and I'm going to go back again, and if I need to go back I will, but I don't want to overdo it because it is such a strong colour. I mean, if we look at it here, it's strong, so we're just going to be careful about that. And I will pop up photos obviously in the photos section as well, post section. So what I'm going to do is go back in with my blender brush and just blend that out. And we're kind of getting the base makeup done now. So for the brows, I am going to be using my e.l.f. This is it here. It's the e.l.f. Holy Strokes Fine Micro Gel Pen. Okay, so yeah, these are really good, guys. I have one in berry as well. I haven't used the berry yet. I will do, but I'm kind of liking this color in terms of blush. I've never had this kind of color in blush before, and I kind of took a risk with it. But actually, if I just, that's what you look. So you can go. I mean, that's how strong you can go, guys. Look at that. Obviously, for a blush, I don't think I would go any stronger than that. Everyone each to their own if you want to, absolutely. But I mean, you would get a lot out of that, and they're quite big as well. If you look how much you get. So okay, let's now go for the brows here. I'm just going to take some water. I think I'm getting a cold. The thing is, when you're in support work, naturally the people you work with have lower immune systems, so they end up catching everything. So then you end up catching everything. So yeah, it's okay. So e.l.f. Holy Strokes Micro Fine Brow Pen. That's what you've got there. Now it's a twist up, so you twist it, and then but okay. You have to twist the cap, and that's what it looks like. So I always test it on the skin beforehand. Give it a shake. You can hear it. And then I just kind of test it on my skin so that I can see it's working. Because you do have to shake it to activate it, because it does dry out if you don't do that. And you can see that I've tested it there. It's kind of like a light brown color. And then I just look in the mirror here and follow my brow, my natural brow shape. It's not the strongest, I will say that. I think I've said that before, guys. It is not the strongest. But we're going to work with it. I do sometimes use the Revolution, but that is so strong. I got the Revolution one a while ago, and it's very, very strong. Even though it says medium brown, it is very dark. So I try to use this when I can. And it's very fine if I show you. So you definitely get into all those kind of places where maybe it's a bit sparse. So I'm just looking in there. Yeah, I definitely feel like I'm coming down with something. I felt like I had a temperature earlier. Okay. So as you can see, guys, I'm just thickening them up. I'm not kind of changing their shape in any way. But you definitely have to apply the pressure for this. That's all I would say, is apply the pressure. You understand, okay? You probably have to go to bed soon, Rumpelstiltskin, if not already. What time is it there? As you can see, very natural looking, but the Revolution one, guys, and you will see it in my other videos, it's very, very dark. So I try to kind of use this when I can. Okay, so that's fine. We'll leave that there. I don't think I'd get it again. That's the only thing I would say. I wouldn't get it again, but I will use it up, basically. Okay, so let's have a look at that eyeshadow palette. I'm just going to pop away the brushes. This is it here. This is what we're looking at. Okay, so I'm going to get my eye brushes ready, and I'm going to take a drink again. But do let me know, guys. Comment if you're new here. I always welcome new people. So I'm just getting my brushes ready. Okay, so we are going to go in and look at these first. So let's have a look. This is what you get. That's the color story, basically. This is Caring Cancer from Sheglam. And this is what it looks like in the front. It's very pretty. So there's all the star signs you can get, basically. And this is Caring Cancer. There's kind of a little saying at the back you can read. It says, underneath your heart shell, it's a soft, tender heart, caring cancer. You're full of love, compassion, and undeniable charm. A palette of petal pinks is just what you need to embrace your softer side. And of course, we included a dark purple just in case you're in a mood. And then this is what that looks like here. There you go. Okay, so we're going to cut the crease basically, and we're probably going to start off with that really medium brown just to cut the crease and kind of, this is the DJS Beauty Pro FB1. And we're just gonna, it's a very soft brush, and it's just gonna cut that crease for us. I'll just show you on camera as we're doing it so you can see this one here, and that's what it looks like. Do take a look at my channel if you want, guys. If you're interested, definitely subscribe. It's great to have you in the community here. So that does actually pack a punch, guys. See how light it is, but if I show you, it does definitely pack a punch there. But it's a nice warm kind of auburn color. I'm not gonna go any further than that with the dark color like that. I'm not gonna go right into the inner corners, and what I will do is kind of fluff that out, kind of tidy it up a bit. Now you might be wondering, why is she going above the crease? That's because I've got hooded eyes slightly. So if I went right in there, guys, and then I looked ahead, the color would disappear. So I've got slightly hooded eyes, so that's why I don't do that. I go up a little bit further. I can hear it in my voice. I'm losing my voice. It's not good. Okay. So as you can see, guys, just kind of gently fluffing that out. So that comes off, I think, a lot darker. Let me know what you think in the comments. Then it looks in the pan. Basically, I'm gonna just go a little more. Then I'll check the comments, because sometimes if you're a regular viewer, you'll know that it sometimes gets... Just checking that everything's all good. Okay, so I'm going to go with a separate brush, and I'm going to just kind of tidy all that up. So we're just going to tidy what we did. This is a clean, fluffy brush. We're just going to give it a bit more shape before we go in with another color. Okay. Okay, so you can see it's like a warm brown. What we're going to do now is go into the inner corners of the eye with this one here. Now, none of them are named. It's just called the Caring Cancer palette. And we're going to go in. I always use my finger if I'm going in very close to my eye. So that's what that looks like. So we're going to go really close just to set the eye a little bit. It doesn't come off it looks out really bright, but then when you kind of put it on, okay, that's a bit better. Okay. Kind of looks pinkish. But definitely let me know when you're on, guys. If you're new here, you're welcome. Yeah, we're definitely seeing the color now, aren't we, guys? It does come together after a while. I think because they all look so different, I wouldn't have put them all in the same palette personally, but actually when you start to use them, you can kind of create your own look, really. For example, this looks really out of place in my view. It's a yellow in all this, but I mean, it probably will work. Let's do a little, for me, but you know, it could work. You could kind of mix it with the brown, I guess. But, okay, we're going to go in with this in the inner corner, but we're making the white underneath first, so it'll just kind of pop a bit more, basically. But look at that red, guys. Shall we swatch it just quickly? Look at that red. So you do get really strong color payoff with this. Okay, so now that we've done that, I'm going to start to cut the crease in a minute. Before that, we're going to go in either with this. Let's swatch them both. So let's swatch both of the pinks, and then we can see which one we want. That's the two pinks there. What do you guys think? I like that one. Okay, we'll go with that one then. So I'm going to use just another eyeshadow brush. This is the F15 from Morphe 5116. And we're just going to go in with that kind of pop of pink or peach. And we're just going to bring that onto the lid. And having had that white there before, it's going to just show up a little bit brighter. There we go. You can see it really just kind of really almost lifts my eye, if you can see. It lifts it completely. It's just a combination of colors that we're using. I'm going to use them both. Combination, let's do that instead. Wow, okay. Do the other side. That white that we've put underneath is really going to help it pop as well. I'm using two mascaras today. I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty Rihanna Hella Thick Mascara. And then we're going to go in with the Rimmel's Scandalize. The Fenty Beauty is the only one, guys, that I trust on the bottom lashes, basically. So yeah, so look at that, guys. It's really opened my eyes. It's made them look bigger. It's lifted them as well, which is good. So what we're going to do now is go in with that red, and what we're going to do is use that we're going to be very, very careful with that, because that's going to go on the outer V, and then we're going to bring that red in very slowly, not right in, but we're going to bring it in. So we're going to be using a placement brush. That's what they call them, placement brushes. A placement brush is what you'll use for eyeshadow to place a color down before you buff it in. So, or you can use your finger. I've seen people do that too. I can show you that in case you guys don't have anything to hand. That's what it looks like. So what you do is you're very careful and you look at the very end of your eye there, and you work with it until you get the strength you want. Look at that red, guys. The warmth of your hand as well, guys, is going to really help the color go onto your eye. So that's what you get. Look at that. So what we're going to do then is kind of buff that in very lightly with a fluffy brush. I'm going to do the other side. So you can see it's starting to come together now, guys. A lot of times when you have a lot of different various colors in one palette, it doesn't really look like it's coming together until the whole thing is finished, or near the end, if you know what I mean. I'm just looking in the mirror here, guys, if you see me looking away. And then we're just going to bring that up as well, because obviously I do have slightly hooded eyes, so that the brush can really take that more further in. And we'll do the same on this side. So we're going to get a e.l.f. fluffy brush now. So you can see, guys, what I'm going to do, just pat that down. Okay, we're going to get that fluffy brush now, and it's going to bring the color right in. So we're going to use the DJS Beauty fluffy brush again. I'm going to take some water. But do let me know, guys, if you've been watching my videos for a while or on lives. If you've not, I'm always happy to chat to people. I appreciate I'm on a lot later tonight, so I do appreciate that. It just wasn't planned to where I was to work today, but I did. Okay, so what we're going to do, or we'll be going with the e.l.f. instead of the DJS. Yeah, we'll go in with the e.l.f. The e.l.f. fluffy brush, just making sure it's clean. Okay, so what we're going to do is start here in circular motions before we start to, have I just gotten, yes I have, I can see my hands, I'm just, hang on a second. Oh my goodness. I just saw that in this on the camera, guys. I just got red eyeshadow everywhere. Lovely. Okay. Something always happens on my lives, guys. Okay, so we're just going to take this piece of hair for a second and look in the mirror and just gently bring that in, and they start to mesh together. There's no harsh lines like on this side, and it starts to look a bit more smoky. That's what you do. So simple and so quick. See how it looks very harsh on this side, but the colors make sense once they're blended, if you know what I mean. So we're going to do the same thing, warm that, so go into circular motions, because what the circular motions will do is they'll soften the pink and the red. What the kind of blending will do is give you this effect here. So that's what we want. So we're just going to do that. Again, I go a little bit further because I have hooded eyes, so that's why I'm going up a little bit further. But I can definitely feel I'm getting some sort of sore throat or something. Okay, so you can see what you got, and you can intensify that as much as you want, guys. So say you wanted it brighter in the center, we can go back in with that pink. Or will we go with, oh no, they're named. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, so what went in affection, this is affection, and this is resilient. Affection, resilient, and the red is called charm. Okay, so they have names. So we're going to go back in with affection, and we're going to go into the kind of really brighten that inner eye as well, so that it really pops the red, basically. So what I'm going to do is use my finger for that. So this is affection we're going in with. There we go. And we're just going to top up the color. Top that up, because then it will really make the red stand out, if you see what I mean. So top that color up. Now, I have, unfortunately, an allergic reaction to false lashes, but I'm going to be using mascara, obviously. But if you wanted a really amazing effect, definitely pop on some false lashes. So you can see, guys, what it's done It's really, that second coat of that pink has just transformed the kind of inner eye. And then we're just going to do one more coat of Charm, which is the red, and then we're going to pop on the mascara. So let's get that fluffy brush again. Just make sure it's the right. Okay, so we're going to go in with that red one more time. Again, this time I'm not placing it with my finger. I'm taking it on the brush really lightly. And we're just going to start to strengthen that red. Look at that. Now, this isn't everyone's cup of tea in terms of colors. So this is the Aries, sorry, not the Aries, the Cancer. So they have every single star sign, and they're all various colors. So you can get greens, blues. These, if this isn't your kind of cup of tea in terms of colors, definitely take a look on Shein, on Sheglam. They have all these star signs that you can get. So you can kind of get what you like in terms of color. And then I'm just going to do the same on this side with the red, and then I'm going to show you the mascara. There you go. So what I'm going to do now with the clean fluffy brush is just blend the both of those, and then we can start to move on with the mascara, which I showed you the hella thick mascara from Rihanna. This is the Rimmel Scandaleyes. So, and that the purple is waterproof. I would always suggest, no matter what time of year it is, go for waterproof mascara. Okay, so let's just... You don't have to lurk. It's okay. If you want to chat away, you chat away. That's why I'm here, really. Longer form content I love doing. But don't worry, I understand Tassos is not here, and you guys do chat a lot, so I do get that. But don't worry, if you want to chat, that's absolutely fine. Okay, so you kind of get that build up. Now, what you could do, I'm not going to do it, guys, but what you could do is go even deeper with the deepest color. It's called In a Mood. Now, I don't think I'll do that tonight, but you could certainly do that if you wanted to. I'll swatch it for you. I'm not going to go with that, but I think the kind of color combination with this does work. But yeah, you could go with... So that's basically... And then you've got a little bit of highlight there on top. This pink one is called Imagination. So you do have some kind of really good options there. Tassos provides the stimuli. He does, doesn't he? He is missed. I did tell him that when we're on. It's unusual, isn't it? He's definitely missed when he's not online. But I guess he must be super busy, you know. But yeah, Monday I think he'll probably be on. He did come on later, so he came on about 45, no, 20, maybe 45 minutes before I left, or maybe even half an hour. So he was a little bit later than that. So let's see, I'm just wiping off my hands, guys, because it's okay. We're going to go in with a small mirror now. I'm going to go in with that Rimmel Scandaleyes. Now, Rimmel Scandaleyes has been around for a long time, and I'll just show you what it looks like. This is it here. The purple, they've got a blue lid. The blue lid is non-waterproof. The purple is waterproof. I would always suggest any season go for waterproof. And I always use just a little mirror. And I look down. You've got more control, basically. I'm going to take some water. But I do feel like I'm talking to myself tonight, Rumpelstiltskin. I felt like that on Monday as well. It was really weird. And I'm not used to it. I'm used to people being on, so it's really weird. I did say a couple of times to my friends, the last 2 lives have just been like empty, like literally empty. I don't know what that means. Okay, so I use a little mirror. You just have more control. So I kind of look down. I'm going to pop this one on. So this is the Rimmel Scandaleyes. This is what the brush looks like. I'll just show you. It's a fiber mascara. He told me to watch Hotel Room, Tassos. Or not Tassos. Tassos asked me to watch Hotel Room to see what I thought. I think I watched the first 15 minutes, Rumpelstiltskin, and I wasn't for me. It was like a woman. Yeah, it was not... I don't know if you've ever seen it. I think it's like a movie with David Lynch, I think. I started to watch it the other day, and I think I got like 15 minutes into it, and I couldn't. I just it wasn't for me. I don't know if you've seen it. I couldn't. I got like 15 minutes in, and it was just a bit odd. So, but everyone to their own, I guess. Each to their own. But yeah, I watched about 15 minutes of it. Is it Hotel Room? David Lynch, the movie. I think he produced it. But yeah, wasn't for me. It just basically starts with these two people being checked into a hotel room, and not the best situation. And then yeah, it's you've probably seen it. It's not. It wouldn't be my cup of tea really. I was going to say it now because I was very aware if Kaya was on or not, and she's not on, so I feel I can say that I watched I watched 15 minutes of it. But yeah, it's not a film like for younger audiences. Still haven't had the time to watch the I Fought the Law, but my friends have, and they're all talking about it. So I don't want to. I said, don't spoil it. I want to see it myself. Okay. I know it's not the most exciting thing watching somebody put mascara on. Sorry, but this is always the one where I'm in longer form content videos. I can just fast forward. But I do appreciate you guys coming on, even if you don't want to. I know there's a couple of people that say to me afterwards that they have been on and they just don't want to comment and they're shy. I totally get that. That happens to me sometimes if I'm watching a stream. I don't want to comment. That's absolutely fine. Just where the camera light is, I can't see who's on until you comment. I obviously know when you comment, but before that, I can't see who's on. Okay, so you can keep going as much as you want, guys. But I know looking at somebody put their mascara on isn't the most, but you can even see the difference it makes, guys. It lifts up the eye, and again, this is waterproof. Rimmel Scandalise is not going to break the bank at all either. That's what it looks like. You can get it on Superdrug, Amazon, most places, Sephora. I'm sure you can get it there too. Just going to give it a bit of a shake and go onto the other eye. And then we're going to go into the bottom lashes with Fenty Beauty Hella Thick Mascara. We're going to go under there. And then we're just about done, I think, after the lips. I think I'm going to take another drink of water soon. But yeah, Rumpelstiltskin, if you're still on, I don't know if you've ever watched Hotel Room. But it was one of the ones that he had recommended that I think it was written by or produced by David Lynch, maybe, possibly. Yeah. But each to their own, each to their own. Guys. And I loved this woman when I was younger, Britney Spears, but I think she's slightly losing it. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I loved her as a kid. I still support her 100%. But I follow her on TikTok and I just got this notification and she's like her newest upload basically. And she's in a kitchen and there's like brown stuff everywhere. And she's talking about how she made bread and she just looks like she's not quite there. And I feel really sorry for her after everything she's been through, with her family and everything. And now she's like on her own. I don't even think she sees her two sons, but I think she's like spending so much time alone, I gather, that she's kind of going a little bit, I don't know, not crazy, but one of my friends I follow on TikTok was talking about it, and she linked her video, her latest video, and she's kind of dancing around talking about bread that she's waiting for and she's going to taste it. And there's loads, I think maybe she has dogs because I think they'd gone to the toilet in the kitchen and she'd left it there. I don't know, it just looked chaotic. It looked absolutely chaotic. um and I feel so sorry for her, because think about it, guys. She got her freedom back, but then like she lost all of her family. So it's really sad actually when you think about it. She's got all that money, she's got a house, she's got everything she needs, but she doesn't have family or friends. And so she's using online as like her diary in a way. But it was quite sad to see. I don't think I could let a family member, no matter what happened in that sense, just kind of be by themselves like that. because Britney Spears must have been the most popular person when I was growing up. She was like the most popular. And to see that, like to see all her fame, she was one of the first, pop stars of our generation to, she was on stage with Michael Jackson. She was, she did so many things that were like iconic. And then for this to happen, it's just sad, really sad. Okay. Right. So you could keep going on, guys, but I know it's not very interesting to watch me pop on some mascara. So I will do the bottom lashes and I'll show you the Rihanna. It's the Fenty Beauty Hella Thick Mascara. I got the miniature version. Let me just check the settings because there's a lot of times, guys, people are... Okay, I'm just making sure that it says welcome to... It's there, welcome to live chat, because it sometimes just disappears off the screen. Okay, so we're kind of coming to the end. This is the Fenty Beauty and it's the Hella Thick Mascara, volumizing. So the only one I really trust on the bottom lashes. I'm just going to take some water, but I'm a real big supporter of Britney Spears, to be honest. And I don't know, I've seen some of her, Instagram posts, and yes, she does look a little bit, but she's just dancing, she's doing kind of, her own thing. But this particular video, she's talking about bread that's been in the oven for 16 hours and she can't wait, and kind of going off slightly off tangent. And then in the background you can kind of see maybe that her dogs have been to the toilet and not been able to go out. I don't know if she has dogs, I don't know. And it just looks really kind of sad. I don't know, just really sad. And she's just such a, I mean, she looks like such a lovely person, but I think maybe her dad controlled a lot of her life when she was younger. Okay, so let's get a drink. Rumpelstiltskin, say la vie, lives like that, or such as life. Yeah, she was huge in the late 90s and early 2000s. Yeah, and the thing is, I think what will happen and what I would worry about, not that I worry about Britney Spears' financial situation because I know she has the money, but the point is she's coming off online as so kind of not in control that I think her family would have quite a good case if she's not careful, of saying, okay, she's not with it, or she's not, you can see she's a danger, and and they might have, if she's not careful, a chance of kind of going back and getting any money. So I hope that doesn't happen, but yeah, like you say, it's life. But she was definitely controlled, wasn't she, when she was younger? We didn't know it at the time, but yeah, she was definitely, like, I saw one of her interviews that said her whole Las Vegas tour for 6 years, she didn't see a penny from it. It all went to her family and friends. So yeah, crazy, crazy. Imagine going on stage every night for 6 years in Las Vegas and not seeing a penny of that. I just, yeah. But yeah, it's a bit sad. But as you say, yeah, even Madonna kind of acting strange online. She has gotten so much plastic surgery, hasn't she? And it just gotten to the point where, like, whoa, Cher is really good at it. Cher has never really, you can see she's got plastic surgery, but it doesn't really look. But if you see Madonna, like, her whole face is just completely changed. But I haven't actually, I don't follow Madonna online, so I don't know. She must, it's like I think, yeah, I think Britney Spears is craving so much attention, because she doesn't have it. She's no validation. She lives with her dog, you know. She's gotten. I mean, she really doesn't have anybody. So it's really. I just thought to myself, yeah, she's got all that money now, but where are people? When she needs them. You know. But yeah, I guess I don't really think about it often. But when one of my friends tagged her video on TikTok and it came up, I thought, whoa, when I saw that. It was crazy. Madonna was fine with that guy. Yeah, she was. I liked Guy Ritchie. I did. I liked him a lot. I don't know what happened between them, but no, I did. So I'm being super, super gentle. Can you see, guys, the gentlest touch with that? And, it really gives a full impact. But the only reason I use this one is that it's the only one that, yes, it does have a lot of product, but it doesn't drip. It doesn't anything like that. So it will stay like that throughout the day. So, and it does kind of just give the eye a little bit more of a shape as well when you can see them both. So that's what I'm doing with that. Yeah. Madonna has a son from him, I think, doesn't she, with Guy Ritchie? Okay. We're kind of getting there now, guys. Again, there will be pictures which I think will show the top lashes because in the mirror, the mascara on the top is really showing, but I can see on camera it's kind of looking very sparse, but in the mirror right beside the camera, it's like looking like it should, basically. So I will put up photos. Okay. So I think because that's so strong, I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to look for some lip product. Many of these people are facing issues, even Justin Bieber. I think he was affected by the whole Puff Daddy, or whatever he calls himself, P. Diddy situation years ago. That's my personal opinion because he was managed by him, wasn't he, when he was very young? Um, and then suddenly his parents got another manager. So I don't know. I think, you know, and all that kind of, because is it Puff Daddy or P. Diddy, whatever he calls himself now, he's in jail now for a lot of different things. And I think possibly Justin Bieber was one of the first victims of that. I might be wrong, but okay. So lips, let's put some oil on. I think he might have an issue as well. I don't know what he has, but I think Justin Bieber might have like maybe mental health. Okay. So yeah, guys, you could definitely put like red or pink lipstick on if you wanted to. This is just the Revolutions, and it's their hydrating lip oil, basically. So I will pop up some pictures. We could intensify the blush, but maybe it's coming off here, but I will pop it on the screen or on the photo section. Don't forget Will Smith, his whole family story is bonkers. His wife, well, they're not together anymore, are they? And that's a whole crazy. Yeah, Jada, yeah, crazy. Well, I think, guys, I'm coming to the end of it. A very quiet live again. See how they go. Thank you guys for being on. This is the finished look. So what we did is I'll just show you the eyeshadow palette if you're interested. You could go a lot deeper than I have tonight, but I just thought let's look at the reds and the pinks. So this is the palette we used. So we used this one here on the outer corner, and then we went in with these two. We mixed them both on the inner corner, and we set everything first with this one here. So this is what it looks like. Very, very pretty palette. And again, you can get your own star sign. They do all the star signs on Shein, and very pretty packaging too. But Rumpelstiltskin, it was really good to talk to you. I do hope you have a really good rest of your week. I will be back on Sunday at 7. See how that goes. Yeah, quiet lives, but we'll see how it goes. Hoping to get to the 1,000 subscribers, new subscribers. So definitely support the channel if this is the kind of thing you like, or share. I'll see you guys on Sunday, and in between that time there will be a requested video that was 10-minute makeup under 10 minutes, which I'm going to do obviously as a longer form content video that will be popped on my channel on Saturday. So yes, guys, take care for the rest of the week. Until then, Rumpelstiltskin, have a great night and work day tomorrow. Everybody else who's watched, thank you guys. I do appreciate it. Do subscribe to the channel if that's what you like. You can be welcomed to my makeup, my community, and I will see you guys very soon.